Good morning and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of the risk in the future market. We just closed the trade on the NASDAQ and we still have one ES trade. And we closed the NASDAQ on 63. Takes just right now 1 second on the pullback. It was closed. For the ones has just joined us today, we have the signal here on the left column here, and the same here. Those auto trades, they work, depends on the signal entry. And then you have the entry price and the target. Then on the pullback re-entry, you have the numbers as well. And then as an example, ES or NASDAQ, you see what is the entry. As an example, the NASDAQ is 69.30.25 an entry, and I just using an ATM, but you can use a fully automated trade. And the target is actually 85.50 level, but on the pullback, I just got stopped out on the pullback right in here. But you can see there is 75 ticks, and this is the numbers on the NASDAQ. The entry on the ES, all of it is based on the market analyzer 1 minute and one lot only. What you see on the market analyzer is 1 minute and one lot only. The entry is 83.25, target 698. We still have a long way to go. We have a little problem right there because there is a resistance at 88.50. Hopefully we can break it. Once we break it, then we're going to be dealing with the 695 level. So this is where the ES situation, and we are going to analyze the other systems we have. The same thing here on the entry, based on the last signal, we have 300 ticks. You can use the same system, fully automated ATM or ATM strategy. Also, right now we have a new signal on the Forex. And you can see this is also based on 1 minute, the Forex, and a mini account is $10,000. We don't have enough room to share everything in this one here. But also the same system you can use. This is from yesterday. You can use it on the stocks as well and feed the automated trade on a 100 stock each if you want to, or 50 stock each, or whatever. I don't know how you want to do it, but you can use it also on the stocks. Right here, it is the market analyzer for the scalpers, which today we are struggling a little bit on the market analyzer. And those are the scalpers, the one in the blue color. Those are, we are using every day the same numbers, 1 minute and 150 ticks. This is every single day. We use the same, and right here it is the Ninja Trader with the swing trading, which we have practically finished trading on the swing trading, and we will be sharing the screen, and we will be covering a little bit on the swing trading as well. And then for the chart, the one we have shared yesterday with our members, actually immediately we have people took trades on it today, and they are doing extremely well with it. Even some guys, they're new with the trading, and this is one guy just nailed one trade on this one here, and with his account, it is an amazing chart. It's nothing but signals in it. For the performance yesterday, they were almost within the range of 15,000, and that it is amazing. And some of them, they had the drawdown 2,000, but the total amount at the end of the day was around 15,000. So this is where we will be also covering partial of that as well. We have also let me the Nasdaq is going straight to that target 82 level, 82.50. A little problem on this ES, but then we're gonna have another problem at 94.75, target 97.50. So this is within line. I need to be quiet for a few minutes to get my stuff ready as well. And we will go through everything within just a few minutes. Thank you. This is exactly what I was saying, guys. This is the problem. It's the 90, 94.75. The trend is very strong, but there is a problem here. There is a double resistance, and I doubt it. It's gonna take a little time before we can break that area here. And right now we have 569 ticks based on the last entry signal, folks. Last entry signal, we have 573, and we will be covering also the swing trading. If you give me just 5 minutes. On this system, you can use fully automated, or you can use the fully automated. You don't have to deal with the trailing stop. But I like the ATM because look, I can move the targets. I can move the trailing stop. I can control it better. But on the fully automated trade, you get the entry and the exit, like you see on the market analyzer. you don't have any new update with the target. So what you see on the market analyzer, this is how, when you are using fully automated to trade, this is going to act exactly like the market analyzer. But for me, I like to fuzzle with the charts, and I like to we have tried, I think it was last week, we showed here on a video um, here on the YouTube, the fully automated trade. You don't do anything because the entry and the targets, they and then you look at it, and it was a bit boring for me. I like to be getting involved in those trades. As an example, why I like that. Now the swing trading and the scalper, you don't have to sit down and mess with it. But I like this one here because, as an example, we have a target, the system saying the target is 99.25. Fair enough. Maybe it's going to break it, maybe it's not. I don't know. But I knew it right when we are trading, we have a double resistance and we're going to have a problem. And I said that from the beginning of this video, we're going to have a problem. And we did. So this is where you're going to have an option. Plus, you have the reversal start firing up onto this area here. It's telling you this market is going on a pullback. So there is a big difference between you have $1,000 trade, you want to exit and call it off for today, or you want to stay on that run. So from $1,000 trade, now we are going back to the support line at 89 level. The probability of this 88.75 will hold. Yes, it will hold, and it's going to go back to retest. That is unknown for me, and that is, should I take that trade here and close it? So that's why I personally like the ATM. Maybe some other traders don't like to use the ATM. They want the system to take over. That's fine. It's very, you can do that and you can look at it. But the same thing has happened on the YM here. This is a pullback, and actually, technically, this is a re-entry. So for those guys has not taken a trade yet, or they missed out on that trade, this is a very nice re-entry point at this area here, and it is a very cheap place to re-enter the market. So there is nothing wrong with that trade. So this is how I prefer to use the ATM. And if you just give me a few seconds to set up my systems, and then we can also cover the swing tradings for today, and we can cover the scalping. The scalpings today, that were struggling royally. I mean, welcome to trading. Yesterday, the end, you can see from the video yesterday that we're hitting $8,000, the scalpers. But today you can see there is a problem in, in this honeymoon. And I'm actually surprised because we had 3 beautiful days run, the market running nicely. I was expecting a little more volatility today, which we don't, and this is very nice. So this is another run today, and that will be very nice. I'm working and talking. So you can see how the pullback. So this is a re-entry, folks, and like what we said. And now the ES is going back probably to retest this area here. And if you see, I mean, what is the difference between 96 level and here? There is around 100, 150, $200. But we had almost $1,000 here trade. Why I need to risk it for another couple $100? I mean, greed sometimes can fire back at you. So now we are climbing again, trying to retest those levels if we can penetrate those levels. Good luck with that. I mean, this is how it. Welcome to trading. Nothing we can do. and we know what's going on at least, and we know where the ES having a problem. We know where is our entry, so we are okay. So just allowed me a couple more minutes to clear out everything here and be with you covering some of the stuff we have. While I'm doing this one, I want to share with you very funny. Yesterday, we had, if you know, from Mondays, uh, Mr. Ray. We're not gonna say last name. Uh, the one we were talking on Monday on the private webinar. Yesterday he called me. He said, "Sam, I'm coming back to the office. Don't close anything because I usually close around 3:30, and I'm done. We start around 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. Done at I mean 3:30. Normally, I just don't want to look at computers anymore." And I said, "Okay, I'll stay wait on you, and then come in." He needs a little help with just tuning his Ninja Trader, putting the charts right and everything. I set up everything for him and fixing to leave and close. I kept looking at his platform and I see something wrong in there. And it turned out Mr. Ray, uh, he was not aware of it. He had one trade uh, on on the YM, and guess what? I don't know how long it's been that YM, but probably from the beginning of the session, he had one short trade on the YM, and it was $700 in the profit on one YM. So you can do the calculation $5 per take on a YM, and he had $700 in the profit. And this guy didn't have, he was not even aware of it. I personally closed it for him. He was a little bit, stressed because the guy is a businessman. He have a lot of employees, and I mean, he's not a normal guy. And he got in a very good mood. But the fun part that he find out he have $700 and aware of, and I closed it personally for him, and I got permission. Then I closed it for him, and he was not aware of it, and I find it very funny. It's not the amount, is that you're not aware of. You have a trade for $700 is still open. So this is this guy is an Italian guy. This is his third trade today, live. Sam, where you have been? I mean, let me see his trade. We have a lot of people took that chart. I don't think so. This guy is going to work today. This is his live trade. And then I'm not sure he's going to work today. Um, this chart we have sent out yesterday, everybody put it to work immediately. There is nothing but signal on it, no indicators. And this is your YM, and here was your sell signal. Perfect buy. And you see your symmetry here. Look at it. Those are reversals as well. Look at this one. Beautiful. Let's look at the ES today. If you notice on the 3 minutes, it's the same double resistance right there. Sell, buy, sell. We had a sell on those at 83.50, got to the symmetry at 67. This is where is your exit right there. You're done for today if you just follow those signals. Let's look at the CL. Problem in heaven here, 67.45. You have a triple resistance on the CL at 67.46 and 47. There is trouble right there in this area here on the CL. This is a problem. This is a huge problem on the CL. Oh, sure. We will be reviewing the auto trades and the swing trading, sir, shortly. Thank you. Thank you, Basharat. I hit my target at 325. And Basharat made 1,400 this week. Okay, good. Good start. We have Jose yesterday. He killed it. Where is he? Somewhere around 15,000 yesterday. I'll find him. Okay, let's see what's going on in the market. The ES, this is the final destination. It's finished, the ES, and probably we are going to get a new signal, folks. On the ES, NASDAQ, and Dow Jones, we are about to get a new signal. Let's see. There is nothing right now. We'll see. Um, I'll be quiet for a few seconds and I'll be right back. Thank you. While we're waiting on a new signal, I want to cover the difference between on the swing trading, the filter and non-filter. There is not much different because it's a light filters actually, and we're gonna be starting with the Nasdaq 1 minute. If we notice on the Nasdaq nailed 690, this is unfiltered, and this one is filtered right there. So it was a little chop market earlier, and it still have a little chop market right now. But if they're both on a five. Everything on the swing trading is 500. Anything above 500, then it will be plus. Okay, so to calculate how many trades on unfiltered one, as I promised Jose yesterday, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trade, 6 trade on the unfiltered one, and on the filtered one, this is a 1 minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 trades. So if we see the different, this one here, the unfiltered nailed 690, and this one, the filtered one, nailed 645. Market order, not the limited market order. So if you think about, if you calculate between slippage and there is not much slippage in the earlier when the sessions, but it will wind up almost the same, $10, $20 plus and minus. So this is the Nasdaq based on 1 minute, filtered and non-filtered, and the only thing I'm using the 1 minute, 3 minutes, and the 5 minutes, but it does not mean you cannot use range or ticks. You are very welcome to use the ticks 150, 244, or 288 ticks. They are superb, you know. But I don't have any more space to put anything. So if your auto trade works on minutes, works on anything. It does not work on minutes, is it junk? Dump it. So this is the 3 minutes on the Nasdaq unfiltered, and this one here, the 3 minutes nailed 1660, and this is the 3 minutes filtered, and you can see the 3 minutes took 2 trades, only 2 trades, 1660 market order, and the filtered 1660 market order. If this market is moving, you're not gonna see the different filtered or not filtered. It's gonna be the same almost, plus minus 1 or 2 trades, but because you don't want to get heavy on the filter, you will be missing the trend. So you cannot tighten the nut up too much, and you cannot lose it too much, because then you're gonna bump into power volatility, and we don't want to jump into the volatility trades based on those. This is the third example. This is unfiltered 5 minutes. And this one here is swing trading, sir. 1540 base on one trade, and this is the filtered one. 1540 base on one trade. So, and the same entry, the same exit, the same timing. So this will give you an idea how the swing trading moves or runs. We have a lot of Europeans lately, and they are into the DAX. I will be covering the DAX in a second. I just want to look at the market. Problem here at YM at 48.47. We have a little problem there. In between the breaks, I will be covering all the auto trades. Just let me finish and see what's going on here. For the CL traders, we are already short, but now we have two signals sell. And this is the chart I have sent you yesterday. We have two signal sell on the CL. Let me cover, while we are waiting, let me cover the DAX. This is my favorite chart, the 1 minute. One trade and filtered. And one trade and filtered is the same. I'm sorry, this one here is unfiltered. I need to color them because I'm getting confused between those two sometimes. This one here at the top is unfiltered. One trade, 22.74. And this one is a filtered. It's the same thing, the same story. Let's see the 3 minutes unfiltered. $2,635. And this one is the filtered. The same. Precisely the same. You can see now we broke this ES, and we are about to hit the target, 725. And let me see. If you look at your 3 minutes chart, on the 3 minutes chart, you have bingo right there. So if you are breaking this double resistance and you are using this 1 minute, you don't know where you're going to be located. This is a final destination, 2712. And this time I'm going to reverse this market once we get there. But we will see the ES hitting 2712. Let me examine that we have a lot of traders are taking those signals. Um, a little pullback, there is nothing to worry about. So the way it is, this market is pretty. So this is a direct. If once we close above those double resistance, we should be sure and straight to 12. This is very nice trade. Let me finish this one very fast, and then we go back to trading. This is the 5 minutes unfiltered. I'm gonna be changing the background between filter and not filter because I'm getting confused with those. And this is the filtered one. Is both the same. Both are the same. And the 3 minutes did 600-700 euro more. But for me, I'm happy with the 1 minute. So sometimes the 1 minute make more money. Sometimes the 3 minutes make more money. Sometimes this one. But for me, I'm okay with the 1 minute, and whatever I get out of it, I get out of it. The reason I like the 1 minute because we have a lot of traders going in, even in USA. We have a lot of traders going into DAX very soon, live. So the reason I like the 1 minute better, not because there is, first of all, there is a stability, and the stop loss on the 1 minute is very acceptable. Where on the 3 minutes the stop loss is a bit higher. The stop loss is not a fixed stop loss. You can on the swing trading you cannot use a fixed stop loss. Once the trend is over, the trend is over. But we took that trailing stop and stop loss away from the traders because they were struggling to do that. They were 90% of them, they don't know how to optimize, and the other and also those 90%, they are not familiar with the market. Like an ES have a different personality than the YM. YM is Nasdaq. There is a 5 ticks, $5 per tick, but you have to be widened with it. Not you cannot treat it like an ES. And the ES movement is different than the Nasdaq, so they don't understand those. That's fine. So on the swing trading, there is no trailing stop or stop loss. Once the trend is over, the trend is over. Simple as that. And there is no optimization, no replay. You cannot back test it. You cannot forward test it. It is very strictly turn on, turn off. The only thing you have to do in the morning, just look at it, look at the market's movement, and turn it on. That's all what we can say for the swing trading. But if like what happened yesterday, it was amazing. The swing trading never miss a trade, never miss a trend. And I'm showing you the filter and without the filters, because even with the filters, you're not going to be missing a trade. You're not going to be missed out on anything. Market order, turn on, turn off, and call it off. And there is a news built into it where you can tell the system to stop trading on like yesterday. We have a lot of news all day long. Stop trading 2 minutes, 5 minutes before the news, and 10 minutes after the news, or 5 minutes after the news. Whatever ticks you, makes you happy, you can do that. And it is yes, but yesterday we had much more news, my friend. What is left for today? There's just, yeah, Chris 2 at 12:15. Okay. So that's what on the DEX, I like the 1 minute because it's a cheaper trade and it is very consistent. So there is no new signal right now. Oh, this one is different. This is the CL. They're all the same, but this one is a bit different. The CL 640 took one trade, and this one, the filter, 620, but practically the same trade. So don't underestimate the CL with the DAX in the morning before the US session, and NASDAQ, Dow Jones, CL, even ES, they run very smoothly when you are trading the DAX early in the morning. And especially the CL, you have a lot of good movement on the CL during European hours. Now, what we have, let's go back here. What we have, problem again on the double resistance line, and we have the projection at 2691.50, and it is a matter of time before we are able to break it. This is a very clean picture on the 3 minutes. This is what is holding the ES at 93.50. Once we start closing above the 96.50, we are straight shoot to 27.13. So this is the problem from the beginning, from 10 o'clock when we started. I mentioned the problem right there. So we're getting this momentum, and this is going to be, there we go. We need that bar to close above, folks. We need that bar to close above. There is nothing holding back that ES all the way to 27.12.50. This is a very good run. On the NASDAQ base, on the last entry, which it happened right before we come in live here on YouTube, 236 ticks. This is why I like the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ on that system here is doing extremely fine. Even for a guy, for a guy don't have a lot of capital, he can start do training on the NASDAQ. I mean, I don't understand when somebody's saying I only trade ES or only trade YM. You're a trader. But if you can consider, if you look to all the videos, we've been nonstop every single day for the last 3 months. You can see the NASDAQ is not unusual to get 300 ticks, 200 ticks a day before the. Okay, my friend. How many trades you been taking, Vito? Don't you think you should stop after that trade, sir? You did very well. try to protect your money and stop trading or turn off the life and go to sim. You did very well on the first three trade. This is your fourth trade. Is enough. And call it off for today. Um, we need that bar to close above those numbers here, 96. What is your total profit right now, Vito? They're coming to you. Oh, okay. We need that bar to close above. If we notice on the scalper, they're taking a beat on the YM and the CL. There is a lot of beat on the 150 ticks. Welcome to trade in the YM, really taking a lot of beat on the scalper, and the CL on 150 ticks, taking a lot of beat. Welcome to trading. Okay, guys, we are stuck on the ES. We're going back to the 93 level here. I don't know what is gonna happen. We need a little push above that number, close. We need one bar above those numbers to close. Then we are home free. At the moment, from the last entry signal, we have 638 ticks based on one contract. And the best performance is NASDAQ, and then the YM. The ES also, they are good. 55 ticks, the ES, and NASDAQ 200 ticks, and the YM 77 ticks. The DAX 180 ticks. Even on the market analyzer, the CL with the signal is not doing well. So the scalper on the CL is not doing well, and that system here is not doing well. So the CL, there is problems with the CL. You can see across the border here. The CL is not going anywhere. So we have already on the CL, actually, we have three signals right after the others on the sell side, and it's not going anywhere. Look at this chop on the CL, sell, buy, sell, and it's not going anywhere. Oh boy. 67. It's not going anywhere, that CL. So we are stuck with the CL. And we'll stay quiet for a few minutes and wait on the new signal. Thank you. if you wanted to take the CL short to trade, is about time. It's 9 right now. On a sim, please. We're not allowed to call live trade for you. Right now, 98 or 99, 66, 98. Limited order sell on the CL. 66, 98 or 97. Put a limited order on a sim. Sell, please. It's about to break down on the CL. Limited order, not market order, please. And I will keep my eye on it on a sim, please. We're about to break down on the CL. What is the CL? It's right there. We're about to break. For Sure, Danielle. Let me show you the gray chart. Earlier today did extremely well, and now we are diving into volatility. Look, I mean, we did extremely well this morning, and look how uh, and this is not filtered, Danielle. We have not put the filters yet. We are modifying the filters, and then we're going to put the filters. This is without the filters, Danielle. And then what I like, even without the filter, look how we survive those areas here. And then one small trade. I mean, non-stop. If the trade does not go right, at least you break even plus one take. And without even yet, it's not managed yet. But then we got in and chopped around 742. We have, as you notice, yet it's not managed this auto trade with a trailing stop and stop loss. I'm not managing it with a trailing stop because what we are doing right now, there is two system on this new auto trade we are doing. We're gonna be doing the same thing, Danielle, like what we have done with the A scalper. When you put the trailing stop, Danielle, on a zero, then you are disabling the trailing stop. And then the auto trade will exit automatic because I'm trying, that one here is made for people don't know anything about the market. I don't want to complicate it. And as you see, I'm not managing the auto trade. And this is a beautiful trade. I I'm not managing it right now. The only thing, my main concern is how that trader, we are testing how the trader can survive the chop market. Because during those years, we took the optimization away from the trader. We took away the trailing stop. We took away the targets because he keep making mistakes. Now this is not the issue anymore. Now, when this guy is turning on the auto trade, like now, we've been on the same trade on an ES for over what time now? For exactly 1 hour and 15 minutes on a trade, on one trade on the ES. It's not going anywhere. When the trade stays that long, that's mean you need to close it. And for anyone is on the ES, you need to close that trade. It's over. I don't like a trade to be sitting in the market for a very long time. Should be no more than 10, 15 minutes. If it's going to your direction, is okay. But when it's going like this, you need to close and wait for a new signal. So for our traders, we have a lot of traders on the ES. I strongly advise you at least take one out and leave one because this is the less defense you have on the ES is 88.75. If we break that area, it's finished. Kiss it goodbye. And we are going once we are done with it, Danielle. If you put it on zero, the trailing stop, you're gonna be disabling the trailing stop, and it's gonna be automatic exit and entry. So we are just testing the entries as much as we can, and then we will be adding the trailing stop. However, uh, the way we are doing it, you can do break even plus one or two takes without the trailing stop and let the system exit when the system exit. Because sometimes you're gonna have some nice trades like this. I don't want to miss out on trades like that. And when there is this one is not like the swing trading when the market is between a swing trading and a scalping. It's practically a normal auto trade on that matter. That when there is a big trade, there is a big trade. When there is a small trade, there is a small trade. So I think we are doing very fine with it. I'm happy with the results. I'm happy even without the filters. It is, look, closed it, you see, close the ES. So it is very well tuned, and we will be start, um, and I will show you how much it did today on the market analyzer. Um, I'm very happy with the results on this one with that filter. With the filter, our main concern is this guy not to fall on his head, and um, and that's exactly what we are doing. The whole idea, Danielle, is now because we are not putting a daily target. This is the Nasdaq, but if we are putting the daily target on it, the whole idea is to get based on one contract 250 or 300 ES and 300 Nasdaq and 300 YM and call it off for today. So the things is the way we are planning on this one here. We're about to have a new signals, guys, on the ES. So that's why I'm sitting not doing anything. So the whole idea is to spread out your account and um, take one contract on the ES, one contract Nasdaq, one contract Dow Jones. We have a new signal on the 30-year Treasury bond is a buy. When you have a new signal, guys, on the buy 30-year Treasury bond, this is gonna take the ES to the opposite direction, which we should have a new signal coming out very soon. So 250 or $300 a day, Danielle, on each contract. Now, for the guy has more money, can go two contracts, 4, 6, 8, whatever. But I want what we will do once we are done with it. We will be running it here on a YouTube live, and we will be covering how to do the filters. If you want to use a filter, if you don't want to use the filter, you cannot. You can use it without filters. But the main concern for that one here is for the trader when he turn on that auto trade. The market is a chop, not to bump into wall. That's it. Uh, uh, if it makes 1,000 or if it makes 200 is irrelevant because if you are really wanted to catch a big trend, we have the swing trading. If you really want to scalp, we have the scalpers. This is not the issue. The issue is how to let this guy come in and auto trade without getting into trouble. This is a challenge. Yes, sir. And today I'm doing another test. The 1 minute, I took it to 2 minutes. I'm testing the 2 minutes. Let me show you on the ES. I'm testing the 2 minutes on it. Also, it is amazing job. But you should not be taking all those trades, Danielle. You should be done and over with. And if you notice, here has not taken any trades. You see that? And there is no filters yet. And we're not managing it. So um, it's a survival auto trade where uh, very soon it's going to be in your hand, in the qualified people's hands. Actually, good you have brought that subject here about the NT7 and NT8. And I was, Danielle, talking to our traders. Danielle is saying to put you on this discussion that he is more familiar with NT7. And I personally like the NT7. Uh, I like the NT8, don't get me wrong, but it's still a new platform, NT8. And of course, there is still a lot of bugs needs to be ironed, you know. And I updated my system on the latest version 16. I didn't like it actually. I went back to the version 15, and uh, it's been costing us a lot with NT8 because also we were waiting on this new update, but I don't like this version 16. I mean, maybe I personally don't like it. Does not mean it's not good or not, but I prefer to wait for another version. We are going to rewrite everything on that system here from zero, and that also is costly. So we were talking about it today that should we do the NT7 as well with it, and if you and we still have a lot of traders use NT7. So this is I want to see how many traders they want the NT7, and if you want it on NT7, sure, we will put it on NT7. Absolutely. A lot of there is still yes, sir. There is a lot of traders still prefer to do the optimization on NT7, or they prefer to use the NT7, and I'm one of them. I still like the NT7, you know. So and at the same time, the NT8, what you can do with the NT8, you cannot do with NT7. So they're both good, but this one here, the NT8, is a new platform. It's going to take a little time to iron all those problems sometimes we get with NT8. But you know, if you think about it the same way when we were on 6.5 Ninja and we came out to Ninja Trader 7, they had the same problem, but then they ironed all the problems. So the NT7 has been around for many years and all the problems has been ironed. You know, there is no more bugs, hardly any bugs in there. But this one is a new platform. There is a lot of potential on that platform, and is a very good potential. Uh, uh, what you can do with NT8, you cannot do with NT7. If you put this one here, the market analyzer on NT7 will crash it immediately because NT7 is only on 1 gigabyte memory. Um, what do you mean, Vic, by saying for NT7, how much of the delay? I mean, I don't understand this question, sir. We are about to have a new signals on those. Please clarify. I couldn't understand that question, sir. Uh, I like the optimization also on NT7. You know, so let me talk to you and let me see how many traders they want the NT7, and I'll be more than glad to do it in the same time and release NT7 and NT8 together. But I need to know how many traders they want the NT7. Because if there is one or two, it's not going to pay off for me. We'll see. Danielle, and the once we release this one here, the new auto trade, we're gonna be working every day on it from Monday to Friday on a YouTube privately until we get everybody understand how to use it. It is a very friendly use, and we give you so many options, but it is a very friendly use, and especially for those guys has not auto traded. Uh, just answer my question. Release both in the same time. Yes, sir. I will not release one before the other one. No. Uh, uh, once we do we still have to do testing, Vic. on the filters. The whole project is meant for the trader don't know how to read the market, chop market, to keep him away from trading. That's the whole idea on it, and not taking too many trades. So if I wanted to release, it will be both in the same time. Once we put the security on it and done with the filter, it will be both released in the same time. Yes, sir. But I need to know how many traders wanted the NT7 because actually we stopped developing for NT7. But if we have some traders prefer to have the NT7, uh, we are open-minded. For the yesterday, we have a question about those buy-sell entries on the um, system here. We have it, and we send you the template. You have a buy, sell, buy, sell, and buy. Those we I asked the traders yesterday if they wanted to add it on this new auto trade or they want it separately. The majority ask separately, and we will do that separately. Sure, sir. And so the majority ask to make a separate auto trade for the buy sell signals. So we will have an auto trade buy sell signals, and we already have it on the symmetry, and we will cover it those on Monday. We already have it on NT8 and NT7, those symmetries here, and actually they are extremely powerful. Is under your reversal auto trade. Your reversal auto trade, you already have them. We can modify them and put them all in one pot if you want to. But those buy and sell entries, we the majority ask um, to have separate auto trade, and I will do that. Well, I really the two things I don't like to discuss is the platforms and the brokers. Thank you, Suresh. Um, I need to be neutral in this one. I cannot say this broker is better than that broker, and I cannot say uh, this platform is better than this platform. I prefer to stay away from it, but we'll try to do both, and whatever it makes you happy, you go for it. I don't know. With my experience, I still we still have 50% of the traders are using NT7. I'm one of them. You know, so we cannot just brush off the NT7 that easily. I still like NT7, and we'll see how things is gonna roll. And um, we have some traders are new on Ninja Trader. I put them on NT7 because NT8 maybe is a bit complex. So I mean, with a new guy, he don't understand why this problem sometimes comes in on NT8. But we will see. We'll discuss it on Monday and see how many traders want the NT7, and we will do it. We still waiting on a signal, guys. There is nothing. There is nothing to do. We just sit and waiting. Well, my ES closed, the ATM closed, and they all closed. There is nothing anymore. Everything is closed on my side. I don't have any open position. It's done. There is a CL, and it's done. That's good, Suresh. Very good, sir. If you notice, guys, on the scalpers, actually they're not doing well on the CL, and also on the market analyzer, we are down 20 ticks. So this is one of the problem, Danielle, where sometimes you have the market is not willing to give any, you know. So I wanna teach some tricks how we can hedge this market on this new auto trade, and it has to be simple. It don't have to be complex, and whatever you can get out of it with the filters is very fine, because once we put those filters, it's not gonna be like the swing trading minor filters. It's gonna be a little bit heavy filters, and that is gonna cut off a lot of trades. But at least we will have a traders not bump into volatility, and once they are comfortable, they can turn off the filters or not. But the main things right now is when this guy is turning on the auto trade, it's not gonna dive into pile of mud, put it nicely. And they have this thing, I mean, habit. If a guy turn on the auto trade and right into the money, I'm his favorite guy today. Tomorrow he turn on the auto trade and go south. Like now, what we have no trades nowhere. Then I'm not his favorite guy. So I'm the one is it's like you know he's not looking at the market when there is a problem in the market. He cannot recognize it. He's expecting this auto trade to do it himself, and the auto trade is just a mechanical trading. It's nothing to do. Sometimes the market movement does not help that auto trade, and sometimes it does. And it's not me have to be blamed for, but the way we have designed this one here. If this market is sideways, he's not gonna get in trouble, because the majority problems is coming from the amateur trader, not the professional trader. In the last 10 years, we never had not even one trader professional had a problem. All the noises comes from the amateur trading, and they don't know anything about the market with a big mouth, you know. So uh, this is where the most the smoke and the fire coming from amateur trading. So we will be uh, trying to solve that problem, because this is a challenge. This is a challenge uh, to to find a way um, solve that problem. You know. in our experience, because if you look on the NT7, let me try to. Oh no, sir, no, I don't hold any of that. I don't have time for that. Um, uh, the oh, I didn't see that. We had a new signal on the CL. I didn't see that. Um, if you are not, it's a very straightforward, Danielle. If you are using a filters, you run it anytime you like. It is meant those filters to run 24 hours. If you're not running the filters on it, which is gonna be in details, we are gonna go in details in this one here before you get your hands on it, because we learned also when we give the auto trade and then we say come and learn, half of them disappear, and then they come back 6 months later trying to catch up what happened. So this time what we are doing, we have learned during those years, we're not gonna release it until you know everything about that auto trade, everything. So if you are using the filters, Danielle, you can start anytime you want. Those filters are robust filters to clean the auto trade from diving into to the job market. Does not mean it's 100%, but it's gonna cut off 90% of the job market, 80% of the job market. I'm happy. If you're not using the filters, Danielle, then you need to start around 9:30, and you should be done by 11, 12 o'clock. So this is how it is, and we will teach you how and when to start with or without a filter. This way, we're gonna keep going day and night with it until you can trade that auto trade with your eyes closed. Yeah, I didn't see the CL trade. I'm sorry, but this is the only signal we have is CL, and the CL target is right in line. If we get rid of it, if somebody following the CL signal is right in line, and there is a lot of problems uh, in this area here. So whoever followed that signal on the CL closed that trade at 67.65. There is nothing above that number, nothing but trouble. Mark my word for it. So your destination on this one here, 67.65, and call it off. No more trade on the CL. There we go. Close it. $580. We're still missing one tick on the CL. Bingo. Done. Over. Nothing left on the CL. Oh, thank you, Tony. Did you see that new signal on the CL? Thank you, sir. Look, it's finished. It's over, Tony. It's finished. $600 in 1 minute. It's done. It's over. Look at this. It's finished. It's done. Over. And we had the trade on the YM Nasdaq, but I'm using the ATM. I was stopped out. But for the ones disarmed the ATM and kept going with those trades, right now we are 917 ticks based on the last entry signal. And this is welcome, Tyson. And this is it, guys. Look at this. The CL, you didn't miss anything to the tick. You close it to the tick. It's finished. It's over. $700. I don't know how much you made out of it, Tony. And it's just done. Nothing left to take a trade. We're gonna stay a few more minutes and see if we can catch anything right now. There is crazy. Let me see what you've done, Suresh. Are you trading the Russell? Oh, okay. Look, nothing happened, Tony. To the tick, nothing happened. And from here to here is gonna drive you banana. So actually, this is a short trade, and this market stock is dead. It's finished. The CL from the beginning today, we're having a problem. Trying to find anything to trade, nothing. Whoever took those trades early this morning, this is it, guys. There is nothing. We have a Nasdaq trade. Where is that Nasdaq trade? Look, where is this Nasdaq got caught? Oh man, this is a problem here. Oh boy. Okay, guys, I'm taking a break. 5 minutes. I'll be right back. Sure, Tony. We will get it right after this. I'm gonna stay quiet for a few minutes, guys. Thank you. Well, maybe we can get a new signal. Waiting on a new signal. Thank you. Okay, guys, there is no new signal. There is nothing anymore. We have a lot of work to do. So I want to say thank you very much. We end up today with 763 takes based on one contract, and that's all what we have for today. There is no new signals. To carry on this one here, there is a reversal on the Nasdaq, and we're going drop back again to the 71.75. The ES, there is a pullback. Actually, the ES got stuck between those two. We are done for today, and there is nothing. CL, after we closed the $600 trade, there is nothing left. We got to the last tick on it. It was a beautiful exit, done and over with, and there is no new signal. It is time to learn when not to mess with this market and when to. For the ones that they are going to continue, you have a pullback re-entry on 97.50 on the ES. Please, on SIM, we're not allowed to call live trade for you. On the YM, we have a pullback re-entry on the YM at 898. This is a long, and this one is a long, and this one here, 97.50, is long as well. So that's all what we have for you today. I want to say thank you very much. God bless you all, and we'll see you tomorrow. And hopefully tomorrow we have some movement. Thank you very much. Bye for now.